right, looks like we are live. Well, welcome back, and thank you all for joining me again and being flexible when we had to miss the last time. But we are back in Genesys, and I'm sure you all remember everything that happened, so there's no need to recap it all.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
100%.
That's for me. That's how it works.
That's great.
My brain starts on command like a Honda Civic.
Exactly. It's such a reliable vehicle, the Honda Civic. Well,
if you're Honda and you want to support a podcast, okay.
We have only great things to say about the Honda Civic.
That's right.
So, to do a brief recap, so you are all adventurers in the realm of Terranoth on the continent of Manara. Manara has had multiple ages of darkness that have creeped across the land, where terrible evil things have popped up from the infernal and have destroyed the land and have been pushed back. But we are now at the point of a fourth age of darkness. There was the Order of Diasia, a college of mages that had managed to essentially notice that the darkness was taking a physical form, and they could trap it in something. And they managed to use runestones to trap this into a tree, to bind it so that it could not spread across the land. However, there have been recent earthquakes and fields turning diseased that would indicate that the tree has grown deep, deep roots in the land and is starting to spread and destroy everything as the darkness is growing in strength. So you were all brought together through first a shared dream. You thought was a dream, but felt a little bit real. And you were brought together by the Mad Fae Navi, who is helping you on your journey to find the collective runestones that had trapped the darkness in the tree. And with those runestones, you will be able to cast a further spell to officially destroy the darkness. These runestones were scattered by the Order of Diasia before they themselves, and so there is no known information about them, but you were brought together by the Baroness Liliana, who gave you a vial of her blood, which was then consumed magically, and is helping you track down one of her previous ancestors. You're trying to find where the College of Diasia was built, hoping you can track down the ancestor to maybe find some clues to where they may have hidden the runestones. You guys gathered yourselves up, flirted with some bandits, bought some stuff, and then brutally murdered some bandits, quite horrifically, but well-deserved.
I mean, brutally murdered is really an opinion.
To be fair, I did try to flirt with them too.
There was an attempt at flirting. Yeah,
I did try.
Leave a couple alive, scarred but alive.
Sorry, I hear I'm hot, you're hot in my dreams.
I mean, it's true.
Facts. So, with that, you saved the traveling merchants that were being attacked by the bandits. They did give you a compass that will help you in navigating the Woods of Woe, where you previously left off. So, with that is the summary of our story. We're actually going to go and introduce the characters as they are in this story now. Go around with the group. So I'll start off first. My name is Avalie. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Navi and all the other characters in this game. And I'm going to pass it off to Robin.
Why clockwise? Okay. Anyway, so I play Poppy. I am a rune master orc, and I'm not very nice.
All right. Next up, we're going to toss it to, we'll do Scotty.
Hello, I'm Scotty. I use she, her pronouns. I play Stellar Skies, a catfolk scoundrel who also uses she, her pronouns. And when she gets panicked, she cries.
Don't we all?
We all do, honestly. All right. Next up, Sienna.
Oh, so this isn't in any particular order. Okay.
I counted how long I had and everything.
It is in my order on my screen in OBS Ninja.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was looking
that's
at
where we're
Twitch,
going.
and I was like, okay, good,
I
I
was
know
looking
when I'm
at Twitch, and
going.
you were on the right
I'm keeping you on your toes. Expect the
Okay.
unexpected. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
My name is Sienna. I use they them pronouns. My character also does, whose name is Sinon, a satyr, technically reskinned deep elf, primalist / bartender, who just is really here for a good time. Okay, that's it.
All right, and next up we have Alex.
Hello. I play 317, which is a living mannequin, if you will, dressed as a pirate for no known reason other than he stole a coat. And I use they, them pronouns. 317 uses he, him. And yeah, he's just a chaotic dude trying to figure out the world. So good times.
All right, and we have Natalie.
Hi, it's me. I'm Natalie. I play Sam Stone. We both use she, her pronouns. She's kind of like a monk, kind of. Absolutely no points in any social skills, but by God, is she going to flirt with everyone?
That's right. And it did so successfully because
we got a 50% success rate, which honestly, considering I have 0 social skills,
pretty good.
Hey, that's better than real life.
Better than
you
real
have a crew
life.
full of wingmen, wing women, wing people,
wing people,
wing
persons,
co-pilots,
wing beings,
co-pilots. There we go.
Wingdings, get out.
Wingdings.
Wing beans sounds like a 90s like toy when they had the hot beans, lima beans.
It sounds like an 80s rock band is what it sounds like. An 80s rock band.
It does.
Oh my gosh. Well, now that we've done our introductions, we've done our story summary. I'm sure you all have completely remembered every detail of how to play this game. So we're going to start off with dice rolls. So
great.
So you guys were right at the edge of the Woods of Woe, and you are following a blood scent magic trail that Poppy is sort of sensing through the air that's leading into the forest. So you're about to go into the Woods of Woe, and so we are going to use a mechanic to check on how the Woods of Woe goes. We're going to see if it's oh no, or if maybe we get a little bit lucky on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do survival checks, and those are going to represent how hard your journey is. Are you going to get to the end and feel motivated? Was it going to be super easy? Did it feel catastrophic? Are we getting there exhausted? How does this go? So the way this works is each day you're rolling a survival check. Any member of your party can do it. They're the ones leading the charge through the woods. They're the ones picking the trails, figuring out where to turn, maybe finding some food for you to forage along the way so you're not depleting all of your supplies, just helping you get through it. So one person's going to lead every single day of the journey. If they are successful, we're going to count that on a tally. You have to have a total of 20 successes in order to find the college. If you fail on that day, your party's going to take strain collectively. And then remember, if you're rolling, you are also taking strain because you are not resting. You're leading that charge. So you're all going to start to get tired. You're going to start to get worn down. Depending on how good you get when you get there, you may be a little beat up, but you can always roll triumphs. And if you roll a triumph, it will count as 4 successes. Same thing goes for despair, though. Roll a despair. 4 exhaustion strain from everybody in your party. All right. Who has survival trained right now? Okay. Who has ranks in survival? All right. So here's the thing. So we've got a party member. Sam has survival, and Sino has experience in it, even though you might not be fully ranked in it, which means you're going to be able to give the help action.
Yes.
So remember, in the way Genesys works, it's not like D&D where you're rolling twice. Instead, you get an additional boost die. So every day you're going to roll your stat with one boost from Sino, and you're going to get one more boost from the compass.
Okay, and I certainly know already what dice I'm meant to roll for this check.
Right.
But just for the viewers at home that don't know, maybe you could
Yes, for
say
the viewers. Thank you.
Exactly. Okay, so for the viewers, survival will have an ability or an attribute right next to it. So what does survival say? Is it wisdom?
Cunning.
Cunning.
Yeah, cunning in the system. So cunning. So how many points do you have in cunning?
I have 2 points in cunning.
Okay, so that's going to represent 2 dice. And then how many ranks do you have in survival? How many
I
are
have
filled in?
1 rank in survival.
So it means 1 is going to upgrade to a yellow dice, showing that you've been trained in it, and 1 is going to stay as a green dice. So you're
Okay.
rolling 1 green, 1 yellow, and you will have 2 blue dice. Those are the boost dice, 1 from Sino, 1 from the compass, and you will be rolling against a 2 purple. It is 2 purple, 1 red difficulty.
Okay, and button. And there's what I got.
It's an advantage. Okay,
Interesting.
so you did not succeed on that day. So that
Sorry.
means now you did with that advantage. You get to heal your strain, but the rest of your party loses a strain from exhaustion. So everybody
Sorry.
loses 1.
Quick question on
I'm
that.
doing my best.
Yes.
Are we staying with the points that we had lost previous session, or are we long rested?
No,
or anything
if
like
you yes, you would be at the where you are from the last session because you
Okay.
haven't rested. But you will get to rest after you get through the woods. 1, 2, 3.
If we
4.
get through the
If we
woods.
get through the yeah.
There we go. Okay, so you should have 2, 4,
Uh,
6, 8, 10. You should have 10 story points.
What
So
about
I've
my wounds?
updated yours.
Are we back up? Because I had 2 wounds.
No, you are still injured from the last fight. You went.
Oh
We're
yeah, you're
limping
right.
through the woods.
Yeah,
Straight
that
in.
like just happened. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're cool. Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna roll again, 2 purple, 1 red. This is just for the start of it. After this, you're gonna get your footing, and we're gonna decrease the difficulty a little bit.
Story point.
So let's see. 2
Oh,
success
that went
there.
well.
So yes, you have 2 success. And if you had any strain missing, you can heal 2. The whole party does not miss any.
I
So
had none
because it
missing.
went well,
Untouchable.
nobody gets tired. You can and we'll actually let that strain heal carry over for the whole group. So you all can heal 2 strain.
Oh, I just took my strain off. Okay.
All
Love you.
right. So that you've now been traveling for 2 days. Day number 3.
Oh my
We're going
god.
to decrease the difficulty a little bit. We're going to do 1 purple, 1 red. You're starting to get a feel for the woods now. Oh, that is a failure. So everybody's going to lose a strain. Day 3, we were just a little tired this day.
Sorry, I'm a little sleepy.
So we're still do we still have any of the like blood trail, or is it like sort of faint?
You guys have a blood trail, and it's leading you the most direct path. But
Okay.
because the woods are treacherous, the most direct path isn't always the safest to go.
Yep.
So you're having to make a decision on, are we going through the most dangerous way, which could hurt us, or are we navigating around, and are we doing that safely? So those are the choices you guys are sort of making along the way, is things that are going to end up hurting you or making you safer when you get there. Ultimately, you're going to get there, but it's how good you feel when you do it.
Yeah, I just was trying to think if I could come up with something, but never mind.
And you guys can. You guys at this point, just because you're not the ones doing the survival check doesn't mean that you couldn't contribute in some other way if you have something. So feel free to think on that. And Natalie, go ahead and roll. We're on day 4, I believe. Look at that. That's 6
that
success.
went quite well.
That is 6 success. So we've got 2 success regularly, and we said a triumph counts for 4. So you guys are up to 8 right now. So
You're
we're
doing a
at 8
fantastic
success.
job.
So you're almost halfway
my
there.
God.
So day 4. All right, day 5.
And your
let's see how
abs
you're
look
doing.
fantastic.
Oh, and but a despair.
No.
All right.
Damn it, I spoke too soon.
We used too
guys
much
healed?
butter on our new friend's abs, and it's blinded us the whole way.
Right, yeah.
I'm
too
so
much. I'm
distracting.
sorry,
People
I'm
are like
sorry.
rolling ankles because they're like, God damn, she's built like a refrigerator.
I know you're just like leaping over logs, and they're like,
Holy
some of
shit.
us are
Why are
only
my
a few
hands
feet
covered
tall.
in butter?
So you guys, during the triumph round, you did heal 2 strain if you were down, but now you're gonna go down 4. She got a despair, so you're feeling all real
Ooh.
sick. But you did get 2 success, so you guys
Great.
made progress. It's just Sam took you on a journey that maybe not all of you were prepared to make with your bodies.
Are we keeping track of this? How many points? Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I
The
keep
soul
track
was willing.
on
The
the-
I
flesh
love
was
watching
squishy.
our
Like-
strain just be like doot doot doot.
Like
doot,
my character doesn't breathe
Yeah.
or anything, but like I just imagine like parts just falling off and it's gotta like scoop them up. Like damn it!
Like starting to squeak at the joints.
Just got like
Just
little
some
bits of
sand-
like moss and mud stuck in everywhere.
Got like
Like some
sandpaper out trying to fix
WD-40.
it. Like oh, okay, that feels good.
Can I make a plea for adding coordination to this? To just be like, you're making us climb things in an ineffective way.
I will let you
How do you
roll
effectively climb
to see if you
things?
can successfully give an additional
Give me
boost.
some advice.
What do you want me to roll?
If let's see, if you have agility or acrobatics, you were arguing some coordination here.
Yes. So that is
That's a success,
Skill-wise.
but it is you did get a little bit of threat. So you lost a strain in trying to explain this. You're like, okay, Sam, I need
pulled
you
my
to
tail.
focus up, please.
Just
Seems
listen
like
to
what-
what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Not everyone can scale the cliffside.
What do you want me to like throw you up? Like
I
We
don't
just go
feel
this
like
way.
throwing
There's a
up right
gentle
now.
slope. We can all do the gentle slope.
Can I use my daily thing to pull a weird item out of my magically make an item appear?
Yes.
I would like to just like pull out like a little grappling hook, but there's no rope attached to it. It's just the hook. But like, I don't know if this will help.
not at all, but I like your energy.
Maybe we can get like some twigs and like twine them together and fashion. So I don't know.
It's some vine.
Yeah, get some vine.
I mean, I'm covered in ribbons.
See, we could use a bunch of ribbons.
All right. So we're going to argue. We've got 2 additional boost dice. So go ahead and add 2 boost dice. So 2 blue dice to that and roll for the next day. 3 success and you have 3 advantage. So everyone can heal 3 strain.
Hooray.
Good old
All right.
ribbon grappling hook saves the day.
now I only slightly have bags under my eyes.
All right. Now we're going to take the difficulty back up again.
Oh
Because
no.
we're starting to get tired because we've been in the woods for a week. So you're going to roll. You still have your 4 boost
I
die,
want it real bad.
but you have 2 purple, 1 red for your difficulty. So add 1 more purple back in and go ahead and roll again.
I'd just like to take this time to point out that
Doing
I don't
good.
smell. I'm just absorbing the pine of the forest, and therefore I smell even better than I did 7 days ago. like
That's
unlike
next to
all
that-
you
That
stinky-
bear shit you stepped in a few hours
Let's
back.
not talk about that, okay? let's just breeze past the giant pile of poop that I didn't know was there because I couldn't smell it.
I mean, the disadvantage and advantage to it because you didn't have to smell it, but everyone else has to smell it.
I didn't even feel it was squishy. I just walking through,
It's just ground
Just
to
minding
you.
your own
Oblivious.
business.
oblivious.
All right, Sam, roll us again.
Every
One
once in a
more
while I walk by
success.
and I just like try to bury you.
Yes. Like what? Stop it.
Stop it! No.
All right, you guys did get 2 advantage on that last one to make you feel a little better. You failed but you did get 3 advantage on that. So it's going to knock you down 1, but you're going to gain 2 ultimately. So you didn't make progress, but everyone doesn't feel discouraged from it.
We're rocking and rolling. We're trudging along.
Got this.
Right.
All right. 2 success.
Nice.
And we gained
Anybody
1 back.
know-
You guys are holding on. You have 1 success left to go.
Does anybody know any Woods of Woe
Yes.
traveling songs that we could sing?
Gotta love like whoa, oh.
Why all the threat?
We're in the woods.
Oh, all the threat. Okay, so
Why?
that's your
So many
final
threats.
success, but you all dropped 3 strain.
Shut up. No.
Singing takes a lot out of me, apparently.
Right at the very end, we're at what? I think we were at 9 or 10 days. So you guys have taken a week and a half to get through the Woods of Woe. You've just been climbing and trudging and stepping in swamp and
It
batting
kinda
away
sucks
bugs
here.
and it's almost feels woeful to be in here.
Like-
And it's
I hate it.
There wasn't any like
It's-
cool hot springs or like tiki bars.
Or
You know, it
anyone
was really
hot.
There's nothing like that.
disappointing.
Yeah.
none of the cool
I'm
stuff
getting
you'd
a
expect from
tat
the
on
Woods
the
of
back
Woe.
of my tail that I can't clean.
Just cut it
I can
off.
help you with that.
The whole tail or the
All
mat?
of it. Whatever. Let's go.
Hang on, I might have a spell for that.
I mean, Poppy's about action. No one,
Let's just
no one
go.
can
Yeah,
deny that.
I don't have time for this.
So as you get towards the end of your final day, as the sun starts to set and it gets dark in the forest, you see fireflies. And as you approach them, they sort of move in a very unusual pattern, as if they're weaving and they're trying to draw your attention. And as you follow them, they pull you through this last bit of dense tree into a slight clearing. And from there, you see the Lost College. You see what used to be a grand city in the trees. There's all of these tree houses built. The trees are so large and they're carved open with the homes inside of them, with open porches and bridges between them. And everything has this sort of decomposed look to it. There's a lot of like moss and hanging vines. Some pieces are broken, but you can see through all of the intricate carvings what it used to be. And you can tell yourselves, you can tell from looking at this yourselves that this took great magic to build. This was not a large city of people. These people had to be powerful in order to build this up together. So you feel like you've officially found the place. And you all hear behind you, oh, good. You finally found it. Now, oh, yes, we have a question.
Everyone raises their hand.
Navi, completely spotless. It shows absolutely no signs of having trudged the forest with you.
She should just do all the shit herself then, because this is a lot.
Oh, I wish I could, but it's not supposed to be me.
I'm having a silver vine.
We're cool.
Yes. So the College of Greyhaven actually houses all of the materials from the Order of Diasia. When they knew they were going to end things, they packed everything up. Yeah, the little and then they shipped it all off to make sure that it wasn't lost forever. But there might be something left here. You could always look around and see what you find. I'm sure we'll find something. I hope so. Otherwise, we're lost forever. Yes. Okay. Good luck.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of finding some stuff.
All right. Who's got things?
Well, I just
First
ate my
thing-
silver vine, so like my eyes are dilated, my nose is a little bit sensitive and twitchy.
I have a
Yes.
nose too, you know.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's not very useful though.
I mean,
I
317
walk
doesn't.
in.
All right, so
So-
you walk in. You're going into one of the.
I'm good. Yeah, I want to
homes.
start looking around. I want to do this somewhat quietly. And I will say I do have unremarkable as a talent. So they add something to any checks to find or identify in space. But I would like to look for the weirdest shit I can find. So I want to find weird, obscure, magic-y stuff. That is what I will specifically be looking for.
Okay.
I have
I
Forager, if that would help.
yes. So I will give you different bits of information depending on what skill you want to roll. So it doesn't mean that you have to roll something specific. You pick whatever skill you think is going to make sense in this, and it can literally be anything on your sheet. You pick the skill. I will tell you a piece of information based off of that skill specifically. So it will be different for all of you depending on what you pick. So we'll go around one at a time.
Hang on.
Okay. Oh, go
Poppy,
ahead.
you have one?
Are there any runes around? Do I see anything?
Go ahead and roll your
Okay.
runes.
Okay, and that is for intelligence, so that would be 2 yellow, 1 green. Against what? Or against anything?
You are going to be doing all of the rolls here as 3 purple. So 2 is a pretty standard difficulty. 3 represents that something is a little bit harder. You are dealing with a decomposed city. So you have a large space and time has sort of destroyed some things here. So we're representing that with a difficulty of 3.
Cool. So there's no black, so knack for it wouldn't work, would it?
In this case, you know
I
what?
have it for runes.
Normally, I'm really bad about using setback instead of difficulty level. So I'm going to let you knock yours down to a 2 purple to give you credit for knack for it, because this is a very specific scenario that would work for you.
Okay.
3 success, and you've got 2 advantage. Your 2 advantage can be used to heal strain if you are missing it, or you can hold on to it for a boost die that you can use on your next roll or pass it on to someone else to help them.
I will save it for. Do I get 2 boost die or just 1?
1.
1. Okay, I will save it.
Okay. So, Poppy, you having a historical knowledge of runes, something that is actually not that common. Runes are very, very rare. And even beyond that, most runes that exist in the world are shards, and they are controlled mostly by colleges. Very few people have access to them. You have studied them. And so you know that any traces of that has to be on target for what you're looking for. You are looking for rune stones. And what you notice is out of all of the buildings, you notice that there is one that has carvings of rune symbols near the doorway.
Okay, and I will relay that to the party.
There you go. Who wants to roll next?
Oh, no. Sinon, you go.
I'm very Canadian, so I was going to say that first. Okay. I will be using. I will remind. I have a constantly active trait called Dark Insight, Ugh. And I fell off my chair to stand up. So I can use ranks in knowledge forbidden instead of other things if need be. And I specifically am looking for forbidden knowledge, so I don't know if that would have any sort of effect. But I would like for Sinon to pull out sort of some colored liquid and pour it into a bowl, and sort of whistle to it and hope for sort of magic to start. So some lovely a nice whistle. I whistle well, I have to say. It's not a bad whistle. Not like a woo woo.
You will
Sounds
whistle
great.
the water.
Yeah, just like I won't whistle into the mic because that feels mean. And I would like to have that magic guide me in a way so that I can maybe find some forbidden knowledge.
Yes. Roll on your skill.
All right, let's go.
That's a success and an advantage, so you can heal the strain with that one if you're still
Ah.
down one. So you create this brew and you're looking for forbidden knowledge. And then you see it bubbling, you see it sparkling, and you see it sort of shift in all of these different hues, and it sort of settles on black.
Oh,
And you hear like a soft voiced
sneaky.
whisper kind of, but it's not coming from the bowl. It's like it's echoing around your head, and you just hear the phrase, "Find our secrets."
Oh
And
boy.
it just sort of
Ooh.
sprints off towards the building that Poppy had identified.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go to that building, you do have to climb up some broken staircase as it spirals
My
around.
feet hurt.
Do I want this knowledge? And as you get up, you enter a room that is torn apart. It looks like animals have gotten to it with time. Things are knocked over. It is void of anything of someone living there. It looks like things had been gathered up and taken away, but there were like left behind supplies that were sort of broken and shattered. And
Ting, like listening for fucking weird spaces.
And you see the swirl go straight down and disappear.
I stick my head out of like the building and I go, is anyone like really good at digging?
Not digging per se, but cats are really good at getting into places we're not supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess
And-
I'll go help too because I'm pretty strong. So
With that, I want to use my skullduggery because
Yes.
it's perfect because cats aren't supposed to be in certain places, and I'm on the silver vine, so which gives
Go
me
ahead.
but also a setback.
Roll your skullduggery for me. All right. Again, 3 success and an advantage, so you can heal a strain if you were down any still. As a thief of sorts, you notice one particular detail. So you were told to look down. And when you stick your head out and look around, you'll notice that a lot of the houses, in fact, almost every other house, has more than one level. This one does not. So every other home has a second entrance beneath this level that you're on, but this home only has the one. And so you realize there's definitely a
basement.
hidden room beneath this. So with that, you start looking for it and you find it. You find that secret latch in the floor. And you pop it up and you're able to remove a section of the flooring. It looked like it was wooden. It fit in perfectly. And when you pop it out, it's not a square. It's the jagged pieces that are all just sort of sectioned together. And you can kind of pull it apart and set it. And you see a staircase leading down into a dark basement. So next up, we have Natalie and Alex. What skill would either of you like to roll in this moment?
Okay, so Sam is very confused by magic, doesn't really have any. Is not super interested in knowing a ton about it. So I would like to use my survival skill to look for clothes, canned goods, supplies, rope, like shit like that.
Go ahead and roll survival.
Thank God. I was hoping you would say that. Haha, nope.
All right, so Sam starts looking around for any type of supply and is like, you know what? It could be literally anywhere around here. Like, it is like holding up things like, is this a supply? Is this a supply?
Maybe
Just keeps
this
holding.
will be
that's
Just keeps
a
holding
gilder.
things.
Dead rat.
just like,
Is
no,
this a plot?
no.
Do
Like
we
a
need
broken
this?
jar.
Do we
No.
need this? Do
No,
we need this?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
But Sam, so you kind of wander around looking for all of that. Alex,
I'm less looking for things and more just touching everything.
just disturbing what's already been disturbed.
Just like sort of removing like a few fingerprints of dust
Yes.
on every surface. Just
And
What's
you can
that?
see everything that
that?
Sam has touched because
about
there's
that?
now handprints all over the room. What was once like this cool, like kind of creepy goth vibe going on in this room is now just complete like kindergarten fingerprint walls.
I pretty much have very similar skills to excuse me, Stellar Skies. So I don't know what I can do to be helpful here.
You can still roll a
I
skill
was
that's
going
already
to-
been rolled, and I'll give you different
Yes.
information.
So I was gonna say that my character, since I don't have eyeballs, I see by kind of like a sonar, right, if you will. And one of my spells is called Enhanced Sonar, which in my mind would let me see through a little bit of some objects, like maybe not super thick walls.
X-ray vision.
Yes.
Kind of like a little enhanced sonar, kind of see through some stuff. Can I cast that and then use my skullduggery to kind of see if I can find some stuff?
Yes, I will let you. So you'll roll two different things, and I'll give you different information depending on if you succeed
Tell me what
with
to
the
roll.
spell or which one. So go ahead and
Okay.
start first with your spell. So is it Arcana you have?
It's this. Well,
Is it Arcana or Primal? You should have one of the magic
I
skills.
think I have Primal. Yeah, Primal.
Okay. So Primal is Cunning. So how many points do you have
Yes.
in Cunning?
4.
Okay. So you've got 4 base, and then how many points do you have in Primal?
Let me find it real quick. Careered and 1 rank.
So you have 1 rank. So you're rolling 1 yellow, 3 green.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay.
And you're rolling that just as a 2 because you're casting the spell. This doesn't have to do with the actual check you're doing in the environment. So 2 for the normal difficulty for the stage.
2 purple. Okay.
Mhm.
And there you go.
Super success. That is enough success. It is almost the equivalent of a triumph. So we're going to make sure it works super, super well. And in fact, it's so strong that you're able to sort of get a glimpse.
I just see a bunch of
lot farther out
skeletons
than you
walking
would
around the
think.
room. It's like whoa, that's too much.
And then now go ahead and roll. Were you looking for, you said you were going to use that based on survival to try and get an idea of things?
My skullduggery. I don't have survival.
Skullduggery. Yep. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll skullduggery. And this time you're doing it against 3 purple.
So
what is it?
I have career and 2 skills in skullduggery.
Yep. And
So-
skullduggery is cunning as well. So it should be 2 yellow, 2 green, and you're doing 3 purple.
Okay. I don't understand the dice math yet, but I'm trying.
It's
There you
all
go.
right. Oh my God, that's an overwhelming success. Okay, so you did take. So here's what we have
Some
to remember.
strain,
So
yeah.
you cast a spell, and you
Mhm.
used 2 strain to cast a spell, and you lost
Oof.
2 more strain on that, and then you lost 2 more strain again. So you're down 6 strain.
Oh my God, I'm way down.
Yeah, you're feeling a little bit woozy, which is weird because you don't have blood.
I know, right?
But maybe you just feel like super stiff. It's like when you
like-
feel all of your body at once and it just feels
Maybe-
heavy.
Maybe it's like the wood is like swelling a little bit, so the joints are a little stiff.
Yeah, you've been in the swamp and
I got all that
there's a lot of
moisture
moisture
absorbed.
around
Waterlogged.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
So you have cast this spell to sort of see through things, and you're trying
Mhm.
to use skullduggery to pick out what's important because you're seeing too much. It's kind of like in if you've ever played like Batman Arkham, where you use that like bat vision, and it's just a lot. You're seeing like layers of the buildings together, but you're trying to look for the things that highlight that are important in them. And that's what you're focusing in on. And you notice a couple of things. So one of the things that you know you need to focus on is downward. You know that down below you is some sort of secret. And you're trying to look and see what's coming up ahead. And what you see at the very bottom of it is you see it looks like there is a table of some sort. The room seems to be empty, except for just this table. And on it, you can see a skeleton,
Oh,
but you don't
I'm
see.
I'm gonna go around the room and like count skeletons. I'm like,
Are
there's
these?
only- there's 4 of you, right? Because I'm seeing 5 skeletons right now.
You actually see more than that. And what you realize is in the distance, the direction you came, you see 3 more things moving towards you. One looks humanoid, and 2 are very much not humanoid. They are very big, and they are moving your direction, but you have
Guys.
time before they get there.
Point of order, ladies and gentlemen. Do we know them? And I like point towards like a window or something. Like, do we?
If
were we
they're not in
followed?
this room, I would assume no.
Okay, that could be a problem.
Yep, let's go. Anything else?
First, we have to save the skeleton in the basement, and I just want to like go down the stairs.
The what?
News to everyone else.
I'll follow.
It's just so matter of fact. First, we have to save the skeleton in the basement.
The
Yeah,
what and the
know.
where?
It's not
This
moving.
I gotta see.
It's not moving.
Yeah,
it might
I'm
need
gonna
CPR.
go down there
I don't have
also.
lungs,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna take Sam with me, and we'll just go down there.
I will keep an eye out above ground.
Oh,
All right.
actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Wait. Can I
Before
turn to
I-
Sam and be like, Sam, you're hot. The skeleton in the basement is not. Would you come down and help me with that?
Oh, I'm on it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Before I go into the basement, I'm gonna run to the front door area of the stairs, and I'm gonna be like, "Heh!" and I'm going to cast a spell to basically make the stairs rough terrain, like a slippery slope.
God, that's so gross.
Oh,
I absolutely am here for you fucking
Oh my God.
home aloneing this house. This was very much in my hopes that we would do this.
Yeah,
Put
and
a bunch of
any
D4s by the
cat
window.
owner is fully aware that is
Yeah.
rough terrain.
That is rough terrain.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and cast your spell.
Did you eat a plant first?
The silver
You
vine
want some
technically is still in
grass?
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, how watery is this?
It's like
It's
medium.
it's the kind of like it's not a hairball, so it's food.
Yep.
And the
Oh.
fungus.
Yeah.
Well, and slightly toxic plant, maybe, just so
Yep.
like it all
Yeah,
comes out.
splinters.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's see here.
Hey, gross.
Primal.
Gross, but useful.
Thanks.
So that is 2 green, 1 yellow, 1. Okay. Against
2 purple.
2 purple. And 1 black because of the silver vine. Okay.
Did you get it? It did not have just puked, but it just is a pile, just right there.
Just one little lump of, damn it.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
just
mean,
kind of awkwardly step over
maybe-
them and be like, "Are you okay?
Okay, let's check out the basement.
Do you need acid?"
So you all, those of you that go down to the basement, you go down this sort of spiral staircase. But it is spiral in the sense that the center is completely hollow. So you see when you enter it, you look down and you see at the bottom, there is a table and there is a skeleton. When you
Spooky
get to the
boy.
very bottom, the person is rested. There is a vial, an empty vial next to them. They are at peace with their arms crossed, and they are still in a robe with the College of Diocese symbol on it. The runic
they have
symbols.
flesh?
There is no flesh. They've been here
This
for
is
too long.
This is a self cabin.
And
turn
then
to Sam and be
Poppy,
like,
you-
never mind, CPR won't work.
Yeah, you
I don't think it
see
will.
that blood vision sort of like wrap around this body.
This is their blood. I'm gonna take the vial. I don't know what it is, but I want to grab it.
Take the skeleton.
I was gonna take the head.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'll take the bones. Can I like disassemble the bones and like make it a little package and bring it
Wait,
with
can
me?
we heal it? Can I use? I have a divine.
It
Okay.
is super dead, but
Can you
Super
some
dead.
of
Talk
you
to it.
have.
Is there something I can do with my divine? Like,
I do believe someone in this group can talk to the dead.
well, I have
It's definitely
Templar.
not me.
I would like to use my special skill then. I believe it's my heroic ability called Sixth Sense, Spirit
Yes.
Speaking.
So it will remove.
I would turn to Sam and be like, "Now this is going to freak you out, but I'm going to talk to the skeleton for just a minute, and I'll let you know what I find out."
Hey, I love that for you. Top riz, bud.
All right. So I've spent your heroic points. And so
Sweet.
317, what does it look like when you cast this magic to commune with this skeleton?
So this is it's really weird. Like my body starts to glow kind of like green, and everything. If you're look from the outside, you just kind of see me like frozen in place, and I just kind of like, if I had a face, I would just daze out. For me though, everything around me kind of like withers away, because everything's dead now, and whatever I'm trying to speak to kind of like, I guess, wakes up or rises up, or what, depending on the situation. This person is sitting, I assume, or laying down.
So they were laying down, but as you cast this magic,
Yeah.
so you start to glow, and Poppy, you also can see this sort of happen. So as 317 casts this magic, you see the blood swirls sort of start to spin, and in that same part where it starts to sort of spin and swirl, you see 317 starts to have this little white spark appear in the middle of it, and it sort of stretches out and becomes like, pulls like taffy, and embodies this space of this body, and the skeleton just sits up and looks over at you, and it is, you see sort of the indents of features. It is almost mannequin-like. You see where the body was, but no detail as it's
Right.
trying to take a form, but there is nothing left for it to take.
Right. That would be what the outside people would see, right?
Mhm.
And then maybe I can see a little bit more of their face, but yeah.
And pops up and just looks over at you. And just tilts
How you
his
do?
head.
How you doing? I'm 317. I found you here in a, might I say, not the best situation. But see, how do I say this? We followed a kind of a magical trail of blood, and it led us to you. So thought maybe you could help us with this whole darkness thing. I don't really know what we're doing, to be honest. Don't tell anybody else, but I'm very confused. And if you could make me look smarter, I would appreciate it.
You've followed a trail of blood? Are you infernalists?
No, we're just enthusiastic, and we're trying to save the world. I have some notes from my friend Navi. I believe we're trying to find some stones that go in a tree.
You know Navi.
That would solve
Yes.
the diarrhea problem of the world. I don't know. It's the whole thing, and yes,
The diasia?
that might be it. Yes,
Yeah, I'm a member of the Order of
Diasia.
Diasia. My name is Yrin. And
Oh.
you are looking for the stones? Is it
The stones? Yes.
we cast them away. They should be be
Can you
safe.
tell me where you like cast them, like into a pond or something? We can go look in that general area.
I don't know where they were all cast. We each had our own, and we were in charge of hiding it. There are threads that connect them together as they were used for the same spell. So you find one, and with enough work, you can find them all, but you have to know where to start looking. Mine was hidden away in the Dunmore Mountains.
Dunmore Mountains. Are we near the Dunmore Mountains?
No,
Got-
very,
I'm a little
very
bit of a
far.
tourist. I'm a little bit of a tourist, and so
No, it's going to take you a long way. You'll be quite exhausted when you get there, mechanically speaking.
sure, obviously, yeah, I get that. I appreciate that. Do you can you at least like is it north,
Point you in.
south? I mean,
Oh, yes. So the Dunmore
yeah.
Mountains, it's actually, you know what? There's a lot of dust around here. And he gets off the
there
table.
there really
And he
is,
just
yeah,
sort of
so
like starts
I
etching
apologize
a
for that.
match or a map on the
Mhm.
dust table. By the way, none of you can hear this. You do see the skeleton get up,
And move.
but only Alex can communicate with the spirit. So 317 hears the spirit itself.
Does
and communes.
everyone hear 317 talking is what I want to know.
Yes.
Ah.
My tail is
I
like
was hoping you
slowly
wouldn't.
poofing.
But the skeleton starts to sort of draw you a map and points out where the Dunmore Mountains are, and says, "Follow the
that's
path
nice.
of the gods. When you follow the
mhm.
path of the gods,
Mhm.
you will get close to where I hid the runestone. Pass the trials, and you will succeed in collecting the first one, and it will lead you to the others. Do you have a guiding stone?
We have a compass, and I think
That'll work.
I think
If
it's made of a
you
metal. Okay.
if you lend it to me, I will bless it."
Mhm. Can I have the compass for a moment? Who is?
It's
I don't know
upstairs
if they
with
can hear me.
my head.
I don't know. Like I don't know that they can hear me, so I'm like trying to mimic like, okay, 3 words sounds like to Sam to relay that I need the compass, and I'm like, what sounds like compass? I'm trying to like, but since I assume she can hear me, she just knows and guesses, which makes me think I'm really good at charades for a future reference.
So if you bring me the compass, I will bless it with the power of a runestone. It will glow in the presence of these runestones because its magic is my magic. So it will identify itself. And that will
That
let you
would
know
be
when you are close.
very helpful. That'd be very helpful. I assume someone hands me the compass, and then I present it to this skeleton.
So Sam runs upstairs to get it from Sinon and runs it back down. The spirit of Yrin casts a glow upon it, and it lights up and then slowly fades. And he says, "You should be ready to find the first runestone, but be careful that you are not tracked by the infernalists, because if they get their hands on it, they will be able to free the darkness."
Oh, yeah, that would not be good.
What would not be good?
One last question. I don't mean to keep you. I know you're busy with resting eternally and everything.
Yes.
Along the path that you mentioned, do you know
Yes.
of any good hotels or taverns that we might catch a break at?
Well, you might say, "Oh yeah, there's this really cute little dwarven town that's actually right off the path." Because the path actually goes. So the path. I mean, I can be less cryptic. So the path of the gods is actually a path that leads straight to a dwarven a shrine. It's one of their main gods.
They
So
always
if you
do.
actually,
do.
so it's
Yeah.
super easy. If you actually go to this tiny little town, it's adorable. They have a great bed and breakfast. I used to go there all the time. It's actually why I
Sweet.
hid mine there. But if you go
Sure.
to this town, take a rest, the stew is delicious, ask for the nearest shrine, follow it up that way, and it's actually going to be super easy for you.
Fantastic. That's so helpful. Yeah, so great. I appreciate all your help. I'm gonna let you get back to resting eternally now.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I think we're gonna have to deal with some people. Otherwise, I would offer to clean up a bit, but I don't know if that bothers
you have
or not. I mean,
some people. Are there infernalists here?
I don't want to. I don't know. Don't worry. We'll take care of it. So
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not like you can destroy this place any more than it already was, but don't
Well-
protect my home for my sake,
okay, very good.
but
very
also
good.
protect yourself for your sake. Infernalists are terrible.
Is there like a back way out of here?
Oh yeah, you know what? Thank you for asking. So if you actually go, if you see right here, this actually just like this door panel, it just moves. it just straight moves.
Oh, that's very
So
clever.
you can just
This
get off
is
this.
I like
Yeah.
that.
the
Yeah.
most helpful spirit guide in any piece of media
Skeleton-
there has
skeleton
None of
ever
us
been.
hear it.
It's
Like
very
usually you
clever.
run
Yeah,
into
thank
a
you.
spirit and they're like, answer my riddles 3. But this dude is like, yeah, no, just like go to
Like,
take
yeah, no,
left.
it's like-
Like it's right there.
Dairy Queen's across the street. Don't worry.
Watch us
So, yeah.
leave and they be lying. Like everything is wrong.
Aha, it's a
They were
trap.
so nice.
Now your bones are mine.
Ooh, yeah, you should take the bones with you.
Yeah, do you mind if we use your bones for something? I mean, it might come in. I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't using them, so
Right. I mean, I
you-
agree. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it reuse, recycle. I mean, it's
Okay,
important.
great. So, okay. Just, I didn't want you to come haunting us later if I found
No,
a way
no,
to
no.
make your
I mean,
head into a
I
puppet.
was sort of like I
So-
was off doing a thing in like the eternal bliss.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
here,
I'm
but
sorry.
like you
I didn't
called me.
take you from like a
It's okay.
racquetball club or something.
It's okay.
right? No?
It's you know,
Okay.
I would love
Okay.
to come play racquetball or something with you
Oh my
sometime.
god! Right? That'd be so great. Could you imagine?
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Take
yeah.
me along when you're all done saving the world. We'll do something.
If
nice.
I die and I come
Mhm.
find you in the afterlife, let's play some racquetball. That'd be
That
great.
sounds great.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take this door and run super fast because if they're infernalists,
fast.
they're terrible. And no offense, but you all seem low level.
No offense taken. No offense taken. I blame the pants. They're not really made to fit my size. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes. Okay. All right.
there a
I'm going to
secret
just
door
end
in
it
the
just above
room?
collapse.
Woo, guys, that was I tell you what, that took a lot out of me. This compass will now glow if we go the right direction, which by the way is this way, is the back door out of here. So we should go really fast.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna like head out the door. Well, I'm gonna grab like I want to, yeah. Oh, Sam, if you want the bones, they said that was okay. It was totally fine. You can have all the bones you want. Dibs
Oh,
on the
hell
skull.
yeah, we can take those?
Yeah, dibs on the skull, but you I mean,
Oh,
you can absolutely
sick.
the rest of it.
Everything but the skull, I'm gonna like disassemble and scoop up and like
Can I have
tie
a foot?
together. Oh, yeah, for sure. Take a
Thanks.
foot.
What
So everybody
what
has
was
a
that
bit
name?
Yrin.
Yrin?
Yeah, you're
Little bits of urine.
Yrin.
You know,
Y-R-I-N.
urine.
Yeah, urine.
Yeah.
I mean, how else would you
I
spell
can't
that?
with the fucking chat. I'm sorry.
I'm just imagining 317 setting the skull like over his own head.
I'm gonna
just-
like make it
Like
yeah.
a helmet.
Like
He
my
just
little
puts
friend.
it on his hand, little puppet.
I mean, it's gonna be like a puppet. I'm gonna talk to it like my like a familiar.
It's the new Jimothy.
With
All
that,
right,
should
so-
we take a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we all flee off and head towards the Dunwar Mountains, where you already know the path to go. So you take a lovely time
Just
getting
so
there.
easy, right?
Yeah, it was like
So
super
easy.
easy. This
The
adventuring
most
stuff.
helpful
You just,
spirit guide
Wow.
ever.
Wow.
if you're just
Story
nice
over.
and ask the right questions to ghosts. And so
Turns out
you all
ghosts
make
here
it.
want to help you.
Yeah. So you make it to this lovely dwarven village, and it's actually quite nice. And you have a lovely dinner where Navi does explain to you that you were being tracked by infernalists. And
Those
Navi didn't want to
damn
scare you
infernals.
all, but that was Alethea, who is sort of like a big
Navi,
bad
in the
priestess.
future, you should
Right.
tell us that when you find out.
Right.
I
But
mean, who? Sorry, what was
Alright.
the name of that person again?
oh, Alethea, yeah, she's kind of
Why
a
is that
terrible priestess.
familiar?
And she did bring her grotesques with her. But I knew you all could do it, so I didn't want to scare you.
You should, in the future, like, love you so much. So happy you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, love you, love what you do, but
Love, big fan of your work. In the
Uh-huh.
future, when you figure that out, you should probably just go ahead and tell us. A little
Oh my
fear is
God.
healthy. A
Yes.
little fear is good.
So there was a time where I did tell you, and it didn't go well, and so this time I didn't.
Okay, I
wait,
believe
what?
you.
It's okay, but this time no one died, so
That is
everything's
true.
okay, and it worked out. And now you're resting in a wonderful lodge, and drinks are on me.
OMG,
And
wow,
we go to
thank
break.
Did we die like today and you feel bad about it?
you.
Nobody died during the break.
all of you are able to recover all of your strain, all of your
Yay!
wounds. So you are all
Yay.
healthy and relatively happy, as relative as it can be. And you are, after talking to some of the locals, you find out that they do, in fact, have a shrine. They call it the Path of the Gods because
Yes.
it goes up a path to various shrines of the gods that the locals worship, where they can go and they can make their offerings and commune. And so you guys are all ready to set out on your journey up to the path.
Yep.
So when you
And
set out,
we followed the path of blood, and now we're following the path of urine.
exactly. And there's thankfully no more blood. You are done seeing
Nope.
blood.
Nope,
So
nope.
if that was, maybe that's something you miss, maybe it's something that was traumatizing for you and you're now on the road to recovery. That's up to you.
Sure.
But the blood vision is gone. But you're right. You are following urine, and
Yeah, it's a different fluid.
and you make your way
Much
up
less viscous.
up the path. And once you get up towards the statues, the compass does start to very faintly glow. And you start to see this sort of like game of hot and cold begin, where if you start to walk this way, it stops glowing. And you start to walk this way, it glows a little bit more. And you're able to sort of like hone in on the path and follow it to a cavern. And when you go through this cavern, you actually end up coming out into this glade. And on the other side of the glade, you see these intricate doors. But the doors have themselves sort of crumbled and broken to where you can very easily walk inside of it. It seems like it might have once been a place of worship, but it has since been abandoned. But when you go inside of this special temple, you notice the walls, while there is a full ceiling up, the walls don't quite go to the ceiling. And it's as if you can sort of see over, you could sort of see over them if you were maybe 30 feet tall. But when you look, you notice there's a path to the left and a path to the right. And you realize as you start to turn and go down one hallway that there's just another twist and there's dead ends. And it doesn't take long before you realize you're at the start of a maze.
I love a maze.
And
Bad
we
news,
begin
group.
the next competitive dice challenge. So the way this one works is with knowledge checks.
Not it.
Now, only one person can roll at a time, and the same person cannot roll twice in a row. In order to make it through the maze, you have to succeed 5 times in a row.
Holy moly.
All right, everybody. Intelligence scores, go.
1.
3.
My intellect is 1.
I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing off then. Let's start off with this.
Oh, no.
2 for me, but I have cunning. I don't know if that can work in these instances either.
I
Yeah, can we
also
use
have
cunning?
cunning.
I have dungeoneering. Does that help? Is this a dungeon?
Dungeoneering would absolutely work in this.
Sweet. That's my only talent is dungeoneering. Because I don't know how to write a character sheet, and I haven't gotten the other ones yet. So, tell me what to roll. I'm ready.
All right. So you guys are ready? So you are rolling any knowledge type check. So knowledge forbidden would be helpful in this case because this is
I'm trained in 2 ranks.
Yeah, this is absolutely a sort of deep dark puzzle sort of
You know what?
Could I-
Sometimes you just gotta get drunk and bumble around places.
Oh, wait a
absolutely.
second.
Yeah.
Could I possibly, since I have a career and 2 ranks in runes, could I possibly use my rune shard to try to have it point me in the right direction?
Yes, like a fucking
Like it.
pentagram.
Yeah,
Pendulum.
I know. Yeah.
Thank you. Pentagram, pentacle.
I was thinking
Those
the
are
little
both
stick.
wrong.
I was thinking the little stick where you try to
Yes.
find water.
The water stick.
Yes.
That's
Dowsing
another one.
rods.
Yes. But we kind of already have that with the compass, so I feel like that's unnecessary.
You know what? We can have all kinds of things that point us to things.
Strap.
That's fine.
Oh my
Just be
god.
done.
What if you strap your rune to the compass and we like
And we'll
use
take
that-
2 of these bones and make divining rods out of it.
Oh my god,
Let's
that's so good.
let's like just mix this all
Hand
together
them,
here.
give
Come on.
them
Drop
to
me.
Yeah.
Poppy because Poppy
I mean,
needs to
we're gonna need
divine some
2
shit.
Maybe like the radial bones from the forearms. That would be great. We could use
Man.
those. They're divining
Can
rod size.
divine survival check.
All right, so it sounds like Poppy's got a check to roll, and it sounds like Sinon's the other one that has a strong stat to roll. Does anyone else have a strong stat that they want to jump in as well, or do they want to let those two do the alternating and instead support their peoples?
I just have the engineering as a talent and 1 rank in adventuring, which is my only knowledge skill. So I don't know if that's strong or not.
I would say because you have dungeoneering, you will be able to give a boost to whoever it is that needs it.
I have
Sweet.
coordination, so I would be pretty good at being like, nope, we went this way already.
All right.
Can
Sam?
I use my vigilance to like, as everybody is like looking down at the magical GPS and like figuring all this shit out, I'm gonna use my vigilance to make sure no ankles get rolled, no rocks get stepped on, nothing gets dropped.
Thank you.
I'm
All right.
I'm party momming.
And
I
since
like-
I'm using runes, I can use knack for it because I chose runes as my skill for that.
Nice.
So if you do any whatever the damn black
Setbacks.
dots are, setbacks,
Yep.
it ain't happening because I take
You're like,
I
take it
get rid-
away. Take
get
it
rid of it.
away.
Cool.
All right. So we'll have Poppy's going to do runes and Sunil's going to do forbidden knowledge. And then we have 317 giving a boost to one of them. And we have Stellar Skies giving a boost to the other one. So each of you will get 1 boost to add to it. And then Sam, we're going to be vigilant. But the vigilance isn't going to help with the maze. It's going to help with what happens at the end of the maze.
Sinon, I have a question.
Yes,
So you're kind of into alchemy, right?
a little bit.
Because I
More like mixology, but like whatever.
am by race, I'm an alchemist. So I have career in it and I have 2 ranks and I could possibly help you mix together something real nice.
Oh my god.
So if we could make
Did we just
something-
become best friends?
Okay, so I had this idea because like sometimes you just gotta like mix a little like something up for the occasion, right? And I'm already like starting to mix some stuff together.
and I'm like, I have something great for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to make essentially like a divining bowl to go with this whole thing and keep working the like esoteric stackability in like a secondary piece to try and boost this shit.
I'm gonna dip my my little rune shard in it.
Nice.
So we've got like a potion bowl and
Uh-huh.
like a rune, and there's a compass hanging off over here, and there's just a couple of bones, and
Yes.
You could
It-
mix
it's
it
like
in
the-
the skull, like a cup.
It's a machine, okay? We're
Yeah,
actually
essentially.
all
Oh my
like-
god, we're not just alchemists. We're tinkerers now.
I know. I love that you guys have put all of this together, and it's like when a kid comes home with a project, and they're like, "Look what I made," and you're like, "Oh my
And you're
God,
like,
so
and you're horrified. You're like, oh,
what
God.
was this?"
Let's hope that this weird contraption works separately for us to both find our way through.
Love it. All right. So who's going first?
I will.
All right. I like the initiative. So
Um,
we are rolling 2 purple with 1 black. Poppy does not have to roll the setback because
Okay.
Poppy has a knack for it. But the problem that you're running into, so you're trying to figure out the trails of everything. But what you're starting to realize is because the building has sort of started to collapse in on itself, because parts of the building are broken, you're hearing a little bit of wind coming in where something might have been collapsed or the sound's not able to bounce correctly off of everything. So your physical senses are betraying you on this. So you're having to just sort of outwit the puzzle.
yeah. So this is, I am careered and 2 ranks, so that's 1 green and 1 yellow.
Yep. So if you have 2 in the original and 1 rank, so you start with 2, 1 ranks up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So 1 green, 1 yellow, and you
then
get a
1
boost die,
help.
so 1 blue,
Okay.
and you're rolling against 2 purple
and
1
1 black. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, you take a strain. You're a little
Uh-huh.
tired from this. Was not
That's
a
fine.
success, but it's okay. Poppy, go ahead.
All right, that's 2 yellow, 1 green. How many purple?
2 purple, and you do not have a black.
You do get a blue though.
Yes, and you do get a blue. And now remember, you guys have already preset your dice rolls, so you can very quickly hit to just re-roll.
Let's do this.
All right, that's 1 success. Sinon, your turn.
And it's 3 purple for me again, sorry, and 1 black.
Oh, it's just 2
and
purple.
2. Okay, sorry. And blue, and I just should save pool. Roll.
Oh, that's a
That's
threat.
real bad.
All right, Poppy, go ahead and roll.
Gonna be in
Okay.
there forever.
Okay, I have a question about Templar, real quick.
What's Templar?
It's a thing I have. It's a divine thing where I could like help somebody, like I can cast a divine spell, so I could possibly help Sinon's roll. So
If you want to
next-
cast a rune spell, we'll see if you can sort of enhance Sinon for a little bit.
okay, well, don't I still have to do this thing though, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Do I still have a boost? Or
Yep.
no?
It's permanent.
Okay. Okay. And just
That was a failure.
Okay.
So, now we're going to magic on up. All right. So, Poppy, if you want to cast your rune magic, if you put a lot into it, remember the way magic works is the more you want to get out of it, the harder it is. But you can do that. You can try and enhance you and Sinon by
Mhm.
going for a really hard roll.
Okay,
And don't
let's do it.
forget, you all have the ability to spend your story points
I'm going
to
to.
get.
Let's do it.
All right.
Please use
So,
them.
what is your rune magic right now?
2 yellow, 1 green.
All right. If you spend a story point, you'll roll 3 yellow.
Okay.
And you are trying to enhance yourself and you are trying to enhance Sinon. So we're going to make that difficulty 2 purple and 1 red because I will spend that story point black.
That is disgusting and rude, but I'm gonna roll it. Motherfucker. Sorry.
That was a fail. That is a fail. So it didn't work this time. So you are all getting trapped in this maze.
It really is the path of Yrin.
It is.
Can I try
And you're-
casting a spell in response?
And not to sound
Yes, you can.
sarcastic or redundant, but you're in the urine. So,
Mhm.
I mean,
Don't.
I see
Just
Poppy
saying.
cast a spell and I'm like, magic.
Magic. What? I forgot.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Me just holding a rune shard, like, what am I doing?
So I will cast a spell to try to make it easier.
Tell me what you want to do to try and make it easier in this moment. So you are in this maze with these tall walls, and you guys are unable to see over them, but there is a gap between that and the ceiling. The ceiling itself is sort of crumbled in and broken from the mountainside outside. And so you're being distracted by all the elements that are kind of leaking into this area, and you're trying to find your way through this maze. What do you want to cast to make this easier?
Catch that mouse.
All right.
So it's going to be a mouse that'll show, like a little spectral mouse that it should, in theory, show up and lead us to the cheese.
The
I
proverbial
like
cheese.
it.
Yes,
Uh,
very good.
I'll spend a story point for that. So that'll
All right.
so it's 2 yellow, 1 green.
It's a success. So you're tired though. That costs 2 for the strain or for the spell, and you got 1 extra from that. So it's exhausting, but you manage to cast and it doesn't feel like anything works. And then all of a sudden you hear this little and then there's this tiny little spectral mouse starts to shoot off into the maze. And you're all running after this. And because of that creativity on that spell, I'm going to just cancel the challenge because you came up with the exact creature that would navigate a maze.
How does it feel, Emily? We broke your game.
How does it
Thank
feel on the other
goodness.
side?
I know.
Welcome.
Yes, Stellar
This
Skies.
feels really good over on this end. I can tell you that.
Doesn't it?
Really nice.
Oh, my
It so
God. I'm so
does.
proud of you.
I'm rethinking my whole life over here.
So you follow this mouse as it navigates through and through and through. And as you start to get towards the end, someone was being super vigilant this whole maze. And so
Oh.
let's roll a vigilance check before
It was
we
me.
pop out this
I
maze.
was fucking watching.
Okay.
Hey,
So
there
you
it is.
got an advantage. You can heal back a strain. But
Nice.
you are not aware of any dangers coming out of this. So you guys pop out to the end of the maze and you are in sort of a large room that feels like you're outside, but it's because you can see the ceiling has caved in on this spot. So similar to you in the other parts of the maze where you were hearing those like outdoor elements of things, this room is more obvious of that, where the ceiling has fallen in and there's a thick layer of snow all along the ground. And there's just stacks in this area where the snow has drifted and where rocks have sort of piled all over this large space.
I would like to pull my sword out and start poking at the snow and be like, "What'd you guys do to the ground?"
For
I'd like to make a snowman.
for flavor, I want to have pounced on the spectral mouse right as it disappeared.
Yeah.
Like you're chasing a laser pointer and it gets shut off.
Now, who had the compass still?
I had it
Right
last because
on
I.
Sinon's
yeah.
head.
Oh, that's right.
It
we made
is
a compass. It was a GPS.
so
thing.
bright in this area.
Ugh. Ugh.
Are there
Um,
any runes about?
I
I
don't
think
know.
we should start digging. Ooh, could I do something? Okay, hold on. I forgot I've got bard ability stuff. Okay. Because magic, like this is setting off sort of like a tone vibration. We've already established that.
Good
so-
vibrations.
Yeah, so I would like to try and using a bit of my water or not water, it's a cocktail. It's an actual literal cocktail in a dish.
And a martini
and
glass.
yeah, I was thinking more the roundy ones that do like champagne drinks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
Yes.
can like, swirl it around like, yeah.
Yeah.
We hold it all elegant, like you're like, it's
Yeah.
good.
But like trying to find the little like vibrations in the water and sort of like do that.
All right, go ahead and cast some verse magic.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna assume it's 1 yellow and 1 green.
Yeah.
Nobody is helping me. And what is the difficulty?
2.
Just 2 purple?
Mhm.
Okay. Roll. 1 advantage.
All right. So it doesn't seem to give you any direct signal, but I will give you 1 bit of information with it, with your 1 little advantage. So you're not able to hone in on anything. You were trying to get it to give you a clue as to what was going on in this room. But what you do notice is even when you hold it still, occasionally the water moves a little bit, as if at no point can you be still in this room.
That's unnerving.
Weird. I'll hand
No.
the rune stuff over to Poppy since I know that they work with that and just sort of.
Okay, and so you said there's snow on the ground, so we can't see the ground, right? Like we can't see the floor.
So there's snow. The whole floor is covered, and think of it as there's a decent layer on it. There might be some parts where you can kind of see the flooring between it because it's drifted into these piles. And where the ceiling is collapsed, you can see bits of stone. And so there's all these different varying heights all over the room because of these mounds.
So if I kick around like some snow or try to like wipe some snow away, do I see like any markings or anything?
On the ground, you don't see any markings. When you kick away the snow, you just see the stone floor of this temple.
Okay.
Does anybody want to do any other checks on the room?
On the rune, no.
Room or rune?
Rune.
Either one.
I can try to concentrate on the runes and see if they do anything for me. See if like they can point me in any direction. Because that is really where my talent is. So might as
Hey
well.
Sam, do you want to muscle this room open?
I'm gonna pay
Yeah,
attention.
great.
Seduce the room.
Is there anybody anything y'all want me to pick up?
My self-esteem because I sucked in the maze. I'm gonna use a story point, please. And I'm
All right.
upgrade one of my greens to a yellow. And so what is the difficulty?
It's going to be, I'll let you choose 1, 2, or 3, and you'll get different information depending on how difficult you want to make this.
What should I do, guys?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
do too.
Let's try it out.
All right, let's see how successful. Okay, so that was a flat success. So, and that would have cost you 2 strain, but you got 1 advantage, so it only cost you 1 on your strain for casting the magic.
Yeah.
So you focus in on your rune magic in this compass, which is imbued with the magic that is tied to this rune stone, and you use it to sort of follow the thread, as you've done earlier with the blood. And this time, it's a lot more gentle. It's a light instead of a swirl of blood and darkness. But you see sort of this thin strand go into this mound in front of you. Now you notice there's sort of like a kind of like a half circle pile of rocks, and there is a sort of a lump in that circle, and it's going towards that. And you can see where it's pinpointing. There also seems to be something magical right beneath it. And if you were to guess, it's not rune magic, but it might be verse magic.
All right, my friend.
Can I cast
like,
my
this? Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't feel familiar. And then I start wiping away like some snow to see what we have under here.
You go over to the area to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you go over to that
and then
area,
kidding.
the ground starts to move.
I don't like it.
As that circle starts to shift.
What?
Verse.
Can it not?
A head rise up.
Oh my god. Is it
out
a big
of the
snake?
half circle, and giant wings of ice pull up next to it. And
Fireball.
you hear this deep rumble. as an ice dragon starts to stand up over top of the area.
Well,
Well,
So
shit.
here's what we're going to do. We are going
Yeah.
to roll initiative, but we are not necessarily going to go into combat. You could choose to fight the ice dragon if you want, but you know where your target is.
I
And
think
you
we
know
all
what you
know
have
what
to
I'm
do.
about to do.
It's under the dragon, right?
So Poppy walked, so where the half circle was,
So
there
bad at
was sort of a
maps in my
stand
brain.
in between it.
Okay.
Poppy walked up to it, and it stood up over Poppy.
so I'm
Okay.
just like,
So Poppy
Huh.
is right now underneath of it.
huh, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna fucking nudge my little monk friend.
I think we all know what I'm about to do.
You're gonna flirt. Okay, that's good. No, that's great. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna say, you should meet my friend. I think you guys are perfect for each other. I'm gonna back up slowly. I'm not trying anything. I'm really going to get my friend, and I'm gonna back up slowly towards Sam.
I'm gonna start drifting forward and be like, "Dun, dun, dun, dun,
Okay, seduce the dragon.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Oh my god.
God.
I would
Sinnoh,
try and
Sinnoh, can you like hum me a little like
yeah, I was about I was gonna start
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
making some really beautiful like romantic
Playing the triangle with the
glass
bottles in your ears.
music. Yeah, like just really beautiful like
Okay.
sensual glass.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna use my rune magic, but I'm just gonna make little sparks around her, so it just looks like just a really beautiful aura.
Uh,
I bet you I could challenge this guy to a slap dance. I bet you I could.
I also just hand Sam a bottle of like a really nice rosé.
So this
Oh,
is
what we
nice.
got.
we're gonna have you all roll initiative just to put you in an order
Yes.
real quick. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me what is the thing you do in this moment. Are you going to try and distract the dragon? Are you fighting the dragon? Are you seducing the dragon?
I'm
Are you
fucking the
assisting
dragon.
someone? Are you going
You're
for
a
the rune
dragon
stone?
fucker.
Are you trying to
Dragon
figure out what
fucker.
that magic is in the room?
You all knew that
Are-
about me.
Yeah.
Are you filling out a heroic ability? All
That's my
right.
roll.
So Sinon is first. Then it would be 317. Then Poppy. Then it would be Sam, and then it would be Stellar Skies. So that is the order of
Perfect.
operations.
last.
So
I gotta figure out what I'm
Sinon,
doing.
you go first.
I would like to use my heroic ability for the day, which is connected to be able to choose an NPC and reveal that this person owes my character a favor.
Hey, you're the guy. You're the dragon that, that did
Yeah.
that thing for us.
So, but what I want to start, I will, because I feel like it's more fun to play this out than to just like be like, hey, I know you, what's up, is for me to take Sam Stone into the mix of this storytelling moment and walk in as the bartender for their date. So,
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, thank you.
you know, just really get, because I really like this like seduction act, and I really like for that storyline to sort
I
of
love
go
how
through.
I took 0 of the social skills, and
Yeah,
then
no, it's
for
perfect.
game 1, I was like, you know what this character's gonna do? Flirt with everyone.
And you know
You
what?
have a
I
whole
don't think
team of
you ever
wingmen.
should take social skills.
I
think you have
do not intend to.
No.
It is all
Wingmen.
role play, no mechanic.
No mechanic.
I mean that I try not to overly build my characters to be too functional, you know.
I think my character's intentionally dysfunctional.
Yes, like my life.
Same.
So yeah, so I would like to activate that heroic ability to sort of step in and just be like, oh my god, Sam, you have no
The vibes
fucking
are so
idea. This
good.
dragon is like so fun to party with.
So, Sinon, you activate that ability. So you feel like that magical twinge of good luck that just sometimes comes for you. So occasionally you're just vibing, you're just chilling, and something in your life makes luck happen in that moment. You don't know when or why it occurs, but you can just sort of tell when you are going on a path and luck goes, go here, and you
Mhm.
follow it, and you know you're doing the right thing. And in this moment, you feel that twinge of luck, like that shiver run down your spine, but it's not a cold feel. It's like a warmth that kind of twinges, like a lightning bolt. And you know, this dragon looks familiar. And you realize it looks familiar because you ran across it at some like previous event in the past.
Yeah, no, it's super high end. I
And you notice because
remember.
it's got like this really cool scar, and you realize it was
Yeah.
actually like in this battle. You don't even think it's necessarily here for the stone. You think it may have just like flown in the ceiling and was like, this is my ice lair now. I am a cool badass dragon,
I
and I
mean,
will
it's
own this.
I live
Yeah.
here now.
that's
Yeah, I live
super-
here now. This is
But-
mine.
But here's the thing is like this guy sort of like owes me a favor, you know? So like
Yeah, like at that event, he was like not doing so good. He
no,
was like
very sloppy.
honestly not his A game. And so you did
I'm
offer
so
him a
sorry for-
drink.
gonna cry.
And maybe it was magical, or maybe it was just like all in his
I was a
mind.
really good wingman that night.
Mhm.
I'm just
And so you-
picturing the Legally Blonde scene where she walks up and slaps him and being like, "How dare you not call me?"
And in this moment, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we fighting? Okay. We've done this before, you and
Mhm.
me. Okay. We've had moments. We know. You know me. I know you. I know we can do better in this moment than fighting. Okay. And what is better than fighting? Fucking. Meet Sam. And
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Hi. Happy to help.
How about you just up your A game, you relax, lay back, enjoy Sam Stone. You know, hard as rock, gets you hard like a rock.
yeah, don't even know how the anatomy's going to work on this one. But
Don't think about it too
sometimes-
hard.
I mean,
Sometimes
there's
you
a
just
lot
need
of
time.
there's a
That's
lot
cool,
of
I'll
people
talk.
who make a lot of money imagining
Magic
exactly
isn't
that.
science. It's not like you're a scientist.
That is absolutely true.
Not your like business. Go.
All right. So Sinon makes the introduction. 317, what do you do while they're seducing the dragon?
Well, I would like to use a spell that I've not used before called Magic Markers, where I draw a face and write a description of clothing, and it will become an illusion. And I'd like to make myself into like a fancy waiter. And I got
it's a
the
real
towel
date.
over the arm and everything, and be like, walk up to the dragon and be like, well, thank you for joining us. The special tonight is a pan-seared chops with crispy and tender, and especially delicious with a tender roasted radish and a quick, delicious pan sauce served with some nice wine that my bartender friend here will serve up for you. And I appreciate you coming in tonight. I would also like to introduce you to my friend Sam.
I appreciate you coming into your own lair tonight.
317 is like Lumiere, and I love this.
I've
Beautiful
never had so
Lumiere.
much help fucking a dragon in my life.
I am equally skilled. I am equally skilled at charm and deception, so we can go either way with this. But they're both cunning based, so yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Please go ahead and roll whichever one you feel like is right in this moment, and we will contribute. And
I'm gonna go with
to-
charm because I feel like we're trying to
Yeah,
charm
charm.
my
Yeah.
friend this way more than, which is a presence thing.
yes, so go ahead and pull that up. It is just going to be, in this case, I would have said it would be nearly impossible, but the possibility is open now. So it is going to be 3 purple.
The possibility of what? Dragon fucking? Yeah.
Anything is
It's
open
always
in this
possible,
system.
Adelie.
All right.
Well, if
is
it's
it
gonna be
probable?
like that,
Listen,
then
this is
what-
the
so I
end
have-
goal of all TTRPG players, no matter
and
what
I have
they
3
tell you.
presents. So I have 3 green, right?
Mhm.
Can I use a story point?
Yeah. So are you using charm or deception?
I'm using charm, which is presence.
And do you have
Deception
how many do
is-
you have in charm?
I have 2 skills and 3 presence points.
So it's 3 green, but 2 turn to yellow. So it's 2 yellow,
So
1
one
green.
green. Okay.
Yep.
Then,
2 yellow, 1
yeah.
green.
Okay.
And
I'll just use
then
that. I'll just do that.
3 purple.
Hmm.
Yep. Here we go.
Let's see.
Is that good? I don't know. If
That's a
good.
success. It's barely a success. It's a
She
success,
believes that
though.
I am a waiter. That's all I need.
Believes
That's
you're
all
a
I am
waiter,
the
and he
waiter.
believes that this group is truly intending to seduce
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And
I hope he feels appreciated.
I
I'm gonna have to look
honestly,
up that Pedro Pascal monologue.
honestly, not many people come to a dragon's lair and only want to give them a good time. That's
Yeah. It's true.
usually the
It's true.
opposite. So it's quite touching,
It's beautiful.
literally. And Poppy,
All right.
Do I
So
take any strain for that before I?
you will take 2 for the spell.
I think that
Okay.
they've got this. I was going to make some ambiance, but I think I am going to.
Steal the rune.
I'm not stealing it. I'm
Yet.
borrowing it to save the world. And then if I have to bring it back, I will bring it back.
I mean, that's fine.
That seems fair.
So,
That's fair. Okay, so you
Let me just
Go
write
on
you an
over
IOU real
and-
quick for 1 rune stone.
grab the rune stone off of the table it was on.
yes, I do.
All right. You grab a rune stone. It is a full rune stone. You have only ever dealt with shards. You've never even seen a full rune stone before.
I'm crying.
Damn.
And
I'm just suddenly crying.
based on the symbol, I'll tell Poppy knows a couple of things in this moment. One, the one thing that Poppy knows that maybe no one else in this group knows is Poppy is trained in runestones, which means they're the only one capable of using the higher tier ability on a runestone. Runestones have multiple tiers. The lower tier can be used by anyone. The higher tier can only be used by someone who has trained rune magic. So if Poppy uses this stone separate from anybody else, they will be able to use a higher level ability on it. Anyone else can use it, but they will
Makes
only use
sense.
the lower level
I
ability.
share.
Sure.
The symbol on the runestone is for teleportation.
Ooh,
Damn.
that could be really useful.
And when you lift up the stone, you see on the table what you thought was verse magic is an inscription written on the table of a spell.
Uh-oh. Okay. Can I do a
So-
lore check?
Yes, you can.
Okie dokie. I would like to also use a story point because I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
It's okay.
Valid
It's
reason
okay
to
to
use it.
admit when you're afraid. And because this wouldn't be a rune check because it's a spell, right? So it's lore. Okay. And what is the difficulty? Is there any at all?
We'll give you just 2. Actually, I'll give it just 1. You can read it.
I can read.
So
Okay,
you
cool.
can read it. It's
Being able to
just
read is cool.
being able to understand what the purpose of it is.
True. And I fucking have no idea.
I don't know, but you feel real good about your magic right now because you just got 3
Can't
advantage.
make out the handwriting.
So you can take that back as strain, or that's enough that you can take 1 strain and bump a boost over to somebody.
I'm gonna take 1 strain and then I'm going to. Okay, I would know you guys a little bit by now, so I would assume Sinon would be the probably best person to call over to read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, "Hey, like, come over here."
Oh my god, do you
I
want a cocktail
don't-
too?
Yeah, absolutely. But
God.
I also would
Stir
like
you
you
all
to
up.
look at this because this makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And then I also put the rune in my pocket because
Maybe
I
not so
will-
blatantly
we'll talk about
while
that
in
later.
front of the dragon.
Just very
What?
casually.
Can I start making drinks on the table?
You absolutely can. And
Yeah.
what you
Sorta
will
like
do with the
Putting
information,
out place settings.
you will get next turn.
And I'll give
But-
you a boost as well.
But I will give you this for free since you are already trained in verse magic. looking at it, it's just a simple spell. You know exactly what it's going to do. The spell is actually to implant you with a vision. And so you know that if you cast the spell as is scripted on this table, that you will receive a vision, which will give you information. And based on the knowledge of what you're here to do, you're assuming it's going to give you the next clue you need. All right. So next up on the list after Poppy. So let's see, it was Poppy, and then it was Sam.
All right, what is my Riz roll?
Ow, chicka, ow, ow.
So are we trying to now fully seduce the dragon?
Yeah, I'm walking
yeah.
up. I've got a nice chilly bottle of rosé. I've got 2 wine glasses. I'm like,
I've
hey.
set a place for you to sit at the table with this dragon.
Yeah, I'm
so
walking over
you're
there.
totally-
I'm walking over there. I'm sitting down, pouring over someone. I'm like, hey, what's up? Have a seat. I'm hot.
Okay.
You're hot. Let's drink some
I mean,
wine
I'm very
and talk
cold,
about it.
honestly.
No, I mean hot. I'm attractive. You're attractive.
Thank you.
Let's have some wine and talk about it.
You know what? No one has ever said that to me before, and it should have been recognized a long time ago. Thank you very much.
Honestly, I can't believe that.
I love this dragon.
I find that so hard to believe.
Right?
Can we be friends with this dragon?
I
This
mean,
must be a DM NPC.
The
May I
dragon
bring you
is a
some
name now,
starters
Jesus.
for?
Hear me out, Avalie. You give me a dragon boyfriend that travels with us.
We'll hold on to
What?
that thought.
Okay, let's just
It's
let's
not
just
a no.
go back to what Avalie once said, is that in Genesis you can do anything. So
You said that
because
and I heard you.
she said that,
Mhm.
you know,
I'm
saying, it's
thinking
right there.
It's
Very true.
right
It's
there.
right there. So he sits down at the table, and by sits down, like it's like he kind of just like curls up around the table and
Right,
sits
yeah, it's
and
a
like
little
a
table.
cat.
Yeah, I'm
roots
like
around
casually
all the
like
way down.
leaning on his back, like, oh, it's whatever, it's fine.
And he's just taken like these 2 little claws for the glass, and just
So
sort of
fancy.
like a drop falls into his mouth.
I apologize. I can get you a bigger chalice.
too bad you didn't use you already used
Does
your
anybody have a
heroic
bucket?
ability to not
Yeah,
have a
right.
novelty big glass.
My next turn. I can do that my next turn. It's
Yeah.
once a day.
That's not the heroic ability. The heroic ability is the meeting the
It's spirit speaking.
speaking
Yeah.
to the spirits.
Ah,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's the racial ability is to just be able to be like, look at this.
Yeah, I'll do it. Next
Ah.
turn. Next turn.
So I need you to roll to seduce this dragon. We need to
Please.
determine if this dragon is buying your vibes.
I
The
feel like a
dragon
lot
is-
of us are
the
helping.
dragon is
That's what I'd like to
interested in
know.
this experience, but the dragon needs
I
to
mean,
know
he
what you
hasn't
bring to the table, okay? Because the
bitten
dragon
me,
knows it's a
so-
dragon, okay? It has a lot to bring here.
I'm a dragon. I'm
Oh,
a
I'll
fucking
talk.
dragon.
Like,
the
that's
dragon
fine.
knows its worth.
I feel like a lot of us are helping. So is there?
Yes,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
so
What
we're going to
buttons
do
am
a
I
charm
clicking?
roll, which I know you do
Okay.
not have skill in. However, you
Correct.
have an entire team of, what did we
So many
determine it was?
boosts.
Co-pilots?
Yeah.
And I'm skilled in charm. I use my charm, so I feel like I should get a.
All
be a
right,
little
so we have at least 2 people actively helping seduce the dragon.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
we're going to give you 2
Yes.
boosts on that one.
Okay.
So you're going to get 2
Yes.
blue.
Brr.
All right. 2 blue.
And then feel free to roll a story point or use a story point. I will spend 1 back though if you do, because I think it's hilarious.
I certainly am. So which button do I click if I do a story point?
Okay, so what is your charm roll? You don't have any ranks in charm, but what do you
None
have
at
in
all.
presence?
Presents. Hang on 1 second.
It's like your skills at the top, like charisma is up there.
Oh, 2.
2. Okay. So you are going to do 1 yellow, 1 green. You have 2 blue.
All right.
And then read to me what your flaws and characteristics, all of those special ability things on the back. What motivates you?
Well, I was gonna say that I have the parry ability, which gives me a boost to combat against enemies who haven't gone. And while this is not combat, I feel very strongly that
Emotional
you
warfare.
should let me have that boost anyway.
Emotional warfare.
I feel
Love
is
very
emotional
strongly.
combat.
Love is a battlefield, and I think
It
that you
is.
should let me use that boost.
I mean, someone's got to kiss first, so technically you'd be
It's
striking.
gotta be me. So I'm just gonna
All
add
right.
That is one of the best laid arguments for a skill that doesn't do any good.
I
I've
have
ever
been
heard
thinking
in my
about
entire
that
life.
since I decided I was fucking the dragon.
All right.
It's sitting here
So,
like, how am I
the
gonna
dragon
use
is
it?
going to be 2 purple, 1 red.
Understandable.
I am like burning up.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, my face hurts.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
is that
really
everything?
All right, roll.
God, please. If you're listening, I want to bang this dragon so bad. Okay.
It's a success!
so close. Not going well.
So then
Oh my god, it counts.
Sam just leans in, and you see the dragon just sort of scoop Sam up with the tail and just
Oh
sort
my
of
God.
go over a mound of snow.
Ultimate Riz.
Shall I keep this warm for you? You'll be back in this
Ultimate
time.
Riz.
You know what? We're gonna eat. We're
And
gonna.
everyone
food
takes
you
a
have-
I mean, I
We're
think
gonna
so
eat.
is the dragon.
Stellar skies, but, we could have some
So is
fish.
the
Stellar
dragon.
skies,
Yes,
right?
so
Okay.
Stellar Skies. It is your turn. What does Stellar want to do?
What you up to?
She's gonna come back from that. She's not gonna walk straight for a week. I tell you, that's gonna be something.
Wow.
I'm gonna conjure up cotton balls and stick them in my ears.
Mhm. You just hear from right behind your back, you hear Navi go, "Wow. I see a lot of things, but that wasn't one of the ones I saw. You wow, last time you just blinded it, but this time I'm gonna
Love
go.
is-
You guys have
Navi-
this." And
Navi,
Navi
love
just
is blind. Love is blind. So,
apparently.
I feel like that's the same.
I mean, I guess we count that as an ally in the fight against the darkness.
We got a rune.
Hell yes, we do.
You did get a rune.
Okay, now that they're doing the thing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
I
Success
take
is
a
success.
rubbing
Navi.
of the table, by the way.
Just in case. All right.
And I'm going to explain what it is. And we're probably going to need that spell, but we also have to wait for our friend. So I assume.
Yeah. So, Sinon, do you want to go ahead and take a look at the spell?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay. So you know it's going to give you a vision.
Yes.
So go ahead and cast your verse magic.
Can I just say that what I do to cast the verse magic is take a bit of the snow that's sort of like around, since it's a cold place, and line it up into a line in front of the verse, and just get really close and just breathe in while I read closely the verse on the table. You know,
It's taking in the essence.
I'm just taking in the essence. I rub a little of the snow on my gums.
Yeah, you have a little snow right here. Right
Yeah.
here, right here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
It happens.
Happens to
Careful,
us
it's
all.
too
right?
cold, it might cause a bloody nose.
Oh, well.
It is nothing to be ashamed of. It's how you say okay.
It's fine.
It is fine. So I have 2 yellow and 2 ranks in verse, and then that would be cunning, or no, presence. So 2 in presence and 2 in
So it's
verse.
2 yellow.
Yeah.
2 yellow, 2 purple.
2 purple. Okay. Roll. Ooh. Very good.
With one threat.
Yes, let's see. Okay, so it makes you a little tired,
Yeah.
but Sinon, your vision, it sort of
There's
like
the nosebleed.
yeah, it just a little. It closes in on this darkness, and then it sort of opens up too bright, like you focused in really deep, and like you're seeing
Pupils just this big.
far beyond where you are, and you feel sort of. It's almost like you leave your body for a second.
Oh, I've been here. Cool.
And you see another rune stone. This one a different color, laying on top of this pedestal, and it very quickly flashes outward. So you zoomed in and zoomed out real fast, and what you see is a box, a door of metal. You see a building of white stone. You see tall black glass. You see green and blue lands, and then you see back where you are. And you feel like you have figured out where the next one is, and there's some part of you that feels like you're still there for a second. And you know that because you know where that other connection is to you, with this teleportation, you have to know where you're going with the teleportation stone, or you have to see where you're going. And so together, between what you've seen and Poppy's ability to use the stone, you can make that teleportation stone pull you to that location you felt a moment ago.
Fun. I will relay everything that I saw in as much detail as I can, while rubbing my. I'm just like a full like, oh fuck.
I hand you the towel off my arm. You
As much like I just as I'm feel like everyone's gonna need a little nap after this, especially Sam. So maybe we rest here before going.
What was that?
Oh, cotton balls.
I think
cat nap.
I shout back. I think we're going to rest here for a bit.
Okay.
Because now we're in friendly territory.
Yeah. Well, Sam has the time of her life with her new acquaintance, potential romance partner. We'll see. We'll see how this evolves.
Friend with benefit. Dragon
Nobody's
with
willing to put a label on it right now.
I prefer the term boink buddy.
Boink
if
buddy?
If we're labeling it.
Real mature.
And the dragon is absolutely a wonderful partner afterwards.
Oh, yeah, great.
Gives you
Cuddle.
this lovely place to curl up with while you all rest. And is actually quite cooperative. He's quite enough space for all of you, so you don't have to lay on the snow. And so you guys have a location to set up, get a fire going, and just sort of chill for a little bit.
Oh, no fire.
Chill, because,
that's fine.
Ice dragon.
Yeah. And you take your nice rest until you're all relaxed and ready to get going to the next stage of your journey. Your ice friend lets you know that you are welcome back at any time, but that this is actually just like one of several homes that he has. He actually has homes all over the countryside. And
I'm gonna get him to write down the addresses for me.
Yeah, and so he lets you know, like, please stop in at any of them. Honestly, like if you just like ring the doorbell at any of it, like this one doesn't have servants, but that's because it's like a really cool like
a lair situation.
That, like,
I like it. It's cool.
But like the rest of them,
cave.
like he's got like worshipers and shit like that because
sick.
dragon. So like if you
could those also become my worshipers eventually, or
I'm not willing to put a label on it right now, but I mean,
no, that's
like
cool. I'm just talking like super long term,
like. I feel like we might be getting close to toothbrush stage, but like I don't know.
Oh my god, not toothbrush stage. Oh my god, what are we?
I like one of them.
I got you a drawer in my end table.
Oh my god, like are you gonna like give me a drawer in here? Like, can I leave some stuff here?
I mean, you can absolutely leave stuff here. I mean, we're all like everyone leaves stuff here.
You leave like a couple.
I love hoarding.
You're like, these
I
are
leave
mine.
like one set of dumbbells.
Wait, can I reach in and like pull out like a cup holder that has like the toothbrush little holes in it, and just like I'd like to leave this here for you guys. Consider it a gift from me.
Thank you.
Oh, housewarming. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's from a gift.
So sweet.
I don't really sleep, and I'm afraid of fire, so I'm gonna totally stay away from the fire and just have a conversation with this dragon while everyone else is resting.
Yeah. He's quite friendly. He will not give you his name though, because he is a powerful dragon, and knowing a true name is an old form of magic, and he just can't do that right now. He's not willing to, make himself that vulnerable yet. He's been hurt in the past.
Can we give you a
demigods
nickname
and
like
stuff.
Sparky or something? Or
Snuggie?
Snuggie?
I feel like you need
Snuggie the ice dragon.
Like
Snuggie the
a
ice
blanket
dragon.
thing
Yeah.
that you wear?
I was
Yeah, it's like the blanket with sleeves.
Guy,
Yeah.
like Snuggie, but
The
Snuggie.
Snuggie.
Mm.
We can workshop it.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk
We
it
call
out.
you Snowball, maybe, or
No,
You know,
All
I'm
right.
not gonna.
it's just a dragon. Just a dude.
All right. When you're all ready and rested, Poppy and Sinon, you will come together to cast your magic and try to draw towards this place. So, Poppy, you're trying to activate this teleportation stone, and the location that you're envisioning isn't necessarily in your mind. You're trying to push your magic into Sinon to follow that thread where their body pulled them to this location that they saw.
Okay.
And so, I want
Good.
go ahead and roll your magic for it. You're going to roll rune magic, and you will roll with a boost die because you're connected to a friend.
Just straight roll.
It's going to be 2 purple.
2 purple. Oh, honey,
All
yes.
right. So it's a success. It doesn't drain you at all. In fact, you feel invigorated by it. You feel that deep tug, and your friends sort of, you feel it sort of pull out to all of them, and like they're being sucked in to the centerpiece. You just see like this color swirl pull from each of them as you're all sort of swirling into this magical soup. And all of you
Magical soup.
feel that deep feeling like when you go over a hill or a roller coaster and your stomach just sort of drops out of you and the gravity doesn't really catch up with your body. There's that deep pull, the stomach's
That's
up
my
here,
favorite.
and it's just this sense of self not being aligned for a second. And you feel that the swirl, the darkness and the light all at once. It feels completely enveloped like the night sky, but with blinks pulling you in different directions. And you see this pinpoint as it starts to open up and envelop you, and you appear and you land. And Stellar Skies manages to stick the landing, as a cat will always do. The rest of you manage to land prone. You smack into this dark, solid stone. And when you sort of get your bearings and pop up and look around you, Sinon, you see what you saw before, which were these giant, tall towers of this dark glass, and it's just reflecting everything around you. And every building seems made of this metal and glass, and you're not seeing the trees, you're not seeing the grass, you're not seeing the animals, you're being overwhelmed with all of this sound. There's just
We're in
so
a
much
city.
noise. There's horns everywhere, and there are these boxes moving and speeding everywhere around you as you're looking, and you see crowds of people all like you walking around. You see other orcs, and you see other mages, and but this is not a familiar city. And you see the crowd of people all moving in the same direction across this alleyway, this road, into one of those big towers. And across the entryway to this tower, you see a big banner, and you read on the words of it, San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
Oh
And
my god.
that
you're
is where
joking.
we will end today.
Fun.
That is
Oh
it
my
for
God.
this part of Genesis.
Hell
You've
yeah.
collected one rune stone and are on to
Good
the next one
Lord.
in modern day San Diego.
Oh, that's
Not
Thank
fucking
you all
Comic
for
Con.
joining
Actually,
us.
it's called San Diego, which is Spanish for a whale's vagina.
We will see how our adventurers fare in a modern society
Oh, I'm
with
so
a fantasy
excited.
world
I'm
knowledge.
stoked.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
so
That's
ready for
awesome.
that.
So fucked.
Hi, it's Scotty. Check us out live on Twitch every other Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Broken Chaos _RPGs. We have fun playing D&D and other games like Genesys. I promise we're chaotic and we have lots of fun.